You do Tank LIPP. 2019, we're in July. This one's called Silent Streets, I'm calling it. It's written to a pretty dope beat. It's like me sounding the alarm on the silence. It's like a code of silence on, you can think of it like when you feel the truth deep in your gut and your mind and your heart. You have to trust, you have to know yourself well enough and trust yourself that something's not right. You can't look to other people to tell you, but that's like the catch-22, is that in a situation that I'm going through where there's no way I can possibly know because of how deep the conspiracy and the plot is, it's such an effort to keep the truth away from me and keep me disconnected from the truth and hooked to the lies. And I have believing with almost all my heart and passion some other truth. And when there's silence in the city and silence in the streets, do you trust if no one's telling you anything, that there's nothing to tell you? Or they're just cowards on the payroll? So anyway, with that little disclaimer, which maybe I could have said more, because it's a little bit, the track's a little bit abstract and like a riddles. There's not a lot of concrete stuff, and that there's a purpose to that. I don't want to get myself in trouble, but also too, when your life is going so wrong, everything that can go wrong is going wrong, and you want to just get something right. Especially when someone means something to you. Almost that silence, like when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So if they're silent, maybe I keep it to myself and just put it in a track and don't bother no one with it. So this is like my therapy. I'm going crazy from this. It's just too much for one person. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Silent Streets. Silence of the Lambs. Everyone on the payroll watched the train board. I never saw the train pass, but I felt the train wreck. The collab to keep my feet in check, just so everyone could cut a check. I always knew that life was chess, so try to stay a couple moves ahead, but learned the hard way that my fate was in a shark tank. As I ran on empty, thin of any friends I knew from my destiny. I used to love her so much, but that was before I grew so stuck in the mind fuck that when I act right, it still wouldn't change her past flight. Accept and let it go, for whatever's meant to be will be. Only in my dreams I never would allow these things or stay. But my balls on a chopping board begging for me to be a tank. For dignity, to move on, to not quit. The quitting seems the only rational thing when you can look on their faces the secrets they hide. And I'm not sure why this calls for more, how I'm supposed to deepen my stride. Every night my belly flies from the butter of a caterpillar, and I don't even trust my own mother. At one point I felt safe thinking I had a lot of brothers to be best men when I married my wife. But as a girlfriend, she seems to have a lot of druthers. And according to the thunder, I'm guessing it's about to rain. And it's fucked up. This the only light I get where even Jedis won't say she strayed. The cat alley, he told me it happened Her emoji was Alice with a son. So is she Allison? Or someone I used to know that got a son? Or maybe I never knew her. One love, one-way street in a game of opposites. The commercial said Arby's got beef. And I knew if the cops ain't come yet while I lamppost up balls to the wall in the street and Chief smoke, lot of smoke. It ain't got yokes. Her silence is like smoke screens, lies to the in-between. Mysteries, bait like Kathy, misery. Chase like Vincent, the bow socks Vaughn, and I'm a stooge like Mo, red. When he was young, his hair was curly, roasted. When he was with the dogs kissing girlies to reenact a prank, a spoof, a fallacy, or the truth. And when they run the train, it's a tragedy. Not because I want to be there, be without me and a me too. She never said you too. So the silence offers the same view. Pathology sticks to the same narrative, same glue to the strayed truth. That nothing without me. Now I feel outed on the outskirts as much as I grew. Once again outcasted while I'm outstanding. The same trails, she will blaze after I'm there. But the way it feels every side I glare, she was before with no conscience or care. Foxhole, hairs, drum rolls, snares, coyote ugly, dares times double. I could be Magnum PI and I find I'm in a lot of trouble. Being the last one to know yet and I still don't. Tank Lip.